But my screen went
Does somebody mute my auto, please? Good afternoon, and welcome to the first introductory meeting of the Natural Resources, Agriculture, and Open Space Subcommittee. We don't have many bills just yet or at all, but I wanted to take this opportunity to get the folks out there to see who we are, and most importantly, introduce ourselves to them and to each other, and pretty much talk about what are the expectations, have folks ask questions if there are questions. And so I will just start. I am Delegate Regina T. Boyce from District 43A in Baltimore City, and I am the proud chair of the NRAG subcommittee. And I'm going to go to the right of me, which is actually Kristen Flynn, who's our counsel. Go ahead, Kristen.
Yeah, I'm Kristen, and Patrick and I both co-staff this subcommittee, and I handle mostly the issues falling under agriculture, and then for natural resources, mostly land preservation.
Awesome. And Kristen is awesome, just from my experience these last 4 years. So she's a real resource. So when you have questions and some nitty-gritties, please reach out to her. I think from there it's Delegate Jacobs.
Good afternoon, Delegate Boyce. Good to see you in the command seat. And I'm looking forward to another session being on Natural Resources Ag Subcommittee. This would be my 13th session on this committee. As you know, I represent a whole lot of farmers and watermen, and we deal with a lot of those issues in this subcommittee, and I'm looking forward to this session. Get started with a new group of people and some older, or not old people, but some retreads, and looking forward to a successful session. So congratulations on your position, Regina.
Thank you, sir. And I'm looking forward to using those 13 years of experience for the committee as well. I think Delegate Terraza is next.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. I'm excited to be here. I'm Jen Terraza. This is my first session on this subcommittee, and you've answered my first question, I think, which is, do we call this NRAG? Is that what we call it?
I don't know, NRAG, OS. I don't know. We will have to pick up a cool name.
Okay, so, but looking forward to this. It's a great group, and I'm excited about the chair, especially.
Thank you. Mr. Vice Chair is next.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And it's great to be on your subcommittee. And this is on this subcommittee, my 9th year. So I'm looking forward to continue to participate. And though I am one of those retreads that Delegate Jacobs is probably referring to. I'm from District 11B in Baltimore County.
We love those retreads. They're helpful. The next delegate is Delegate Baker, who's actually in the same room as me. So I'm going to mute myself.
Now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Quite honored to be representing all of Maryland with this Department of Natural Resource Committee. I'm really looking forward to it. I've spent a lifetime of enjoying the natural resources of the state of Maryland. I'm an outdoorsman. I love the outdoors, and I also represent farmers, and I'm really looking forward to be a positive participant on this subcommittee. Thank you.
Thank you. And mute yourself if you remember. There you go. Delegate Ruth is next.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'm Delegate Sheila Ruth, District 44B in Western Baltimore County. I'm happy to be returning on this subcommittee. This is a great subcommittee, and happy to be able to put to use everything I've learned over the last 3 years, and really excited to be working with the new chairwoman, Delegate Boyce, and new and retread committee members. Thank you so much.
Oh, these retreads love it, don't they? Delegate Otto.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Thank you, Madam Chairman. We appreciate your service in the past, and we look forward to this term working with you.
Thank you so much, Sir Otto. Another individual who is certainly, I think, a key individual of this committee because he's also a farmer as well and represents farmers. So I look forward to his input. I'm going to let my colleague back here go next.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jackie Addison from District 45, and I am happy to be a part of this subcommittee and looking forward to working with all of you. I'm not a retread.
Not a retread, ladies and gentlemen, not a retread. Next, I'm going to go to Patrick.
Hi, I'm a retread. I do, as Kristen said, I do natural resources on this subcommittee, except for land and open space. And God, I guess for over 20 years I've been staffing this subcommittee.
Yes, we've got some good experience on this subcommittee. Next is Delegate Allen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I'm Nick Allen. I am also one of the new kids on the block here. I represent District 8 in Northeast Baltimore County. So I'm happy to be representing Baltimore County here with Delegate Ruth and Delegate Stein. Yeah, just excited to get to work and learn a lot about the varied subjects and issues we're gonna come up against.
Awesome, thank you so much. And I think our last but not least is Delegate Ziegler.
Yes, thank you. I'm Natalie Ziegler. Also brand new to the committee, to Annapolis, to being a delegate. I am also a farmer and represent a lot of farmers. So I'm going to be grateful for all the experience that is on this committee and looking forward to getting some work done.
Awesome. So again, I'm excited to be the chair of the committee, and I'm excited about all the work that we're going to do together. And I think I want to make that very clear that everything we do is together. We make decisions together, we vet together, we'll argue together, but every person here is important. Your perspective is important as it relates to your personal experience as well as your constituents' experience and everything in between. And so I want to hopefully just set the base, set the kind of ground rules is that we hear everything and everybody. I'm taking from the vice chair who I've been on his committee for the last 4 years and just very being patient, being deliberate about what we do and try not to rush to make decisions and knowing that we're all bringing these perspectives. Sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's not, but that we all remember that who we work for and why we work for those individuals, and it's that our job to bring forth the best product, right? Sometimes I may be right, but it may not be best for us to move forward in a certain way. So if we kind of remember what is best, I think this is going to be a pretty awesome community and an awesome committee. I wanted to just ask if there are any questions. Other than the honking noise. Any expectations, Delegate Ziegler? Did you have, oh, I saw you came on mute. Maybe I thought you had a question.
I'm sorry. No.
Yeah, like I said, I wanted us to introduce one another to one another, but also, again, if there are any questions, and also testing the system, I think we're doing pretty good. And no question is a silly question, as someone who asks plenty of questions. Go ahead, Delegate Ziegler.
Thank you. Actually, I do have a question. Just for scheduling purposes, how long are our meetings normally? And is this going to be the time going forward? And are they weekly?
Great question. So as bills start coming through, I don't know if we're going to hear any ag kind of bills this week or so as bills come in, we will have standing subcommittee every Tuesday at 3 and/or after regular bill hearings. And so we're trying to keep that as much as possible. There may be times we need to move that around, So sometimes we may meet later. Some days, hopefully we don't have to meet earlier, but sometimes we meet late, and the time is depending on how we vet bills. You know, we could be an hour. Sometimes we can be 3 hours. It really depends. And so hopefully I can read the room enough to know when we've gone a little too long and kind of take a break and say we'll pick back up. But I would say anywhere from, I don't know, half an hour to 3 hours. It depends.
Thank you.
And I'm trying to make sure I do a good job of, rather than have you put the dates on your calendar, we'll just keep setting them recurring as we go. So it's already on your calendar. All you have to do is accept. If there's some reason you can't be in committee because you're still in a bill hearing, so on and so forth, you have a meeting, just please let me know.
Thank you.
Delegate Teresa.
Are you, I don't know if the subcommittee does this, but going to be creating a list with our contact information so we can all be in contact with each other if we need to, or?
I'm happy to do that. Or put, I hate to say put us on a group text, but maybe put us on a group text or a group WhatsApp, or I can make sure I get Leslie to help me create a Google form of some sort, and we can just collect all numbers, and then we can spread it around. So yes.
Great, thank you.
My aide, who's not picture, is Leslie Gray, wonderful individual. And so you'll be hearing a lot from her. She'll be helping me doing a lot of the scheduling. Patrick?
I just wanted to remind you that as we get closer to crossover and sine die, that we have a lot of off-schedule meetings too.
Yes, sir, that is correct. As we try to get bills through. So, and again, and that's without trying to compete with all the other subcommittees at the same time as too. So we'll be working. Any other questions? Dun, dun, dun. Well, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. I don't know yet the ground rules as it relates to, as we're vetting bills and folks come in, I think we'll certainly allow them to, of course, be in the room. That's not an issue for me, and maybe work on when we need some more information. Delegate Ruth does a good job of this, of calling out certain people to ask them to provide some more information and so on and so forth. So making sure we're using the people in the committee as a resource as much as possible, and respectfully on both sides of the issue. One thing that I've already done, because I know it's going to come up, are hunting bills. And so I'm meeting with Delegate Adams, who my first year gave me a pretty cool spreadsheet about where hunting is, what days, what times, what animals, what county. And so going to go through that again. And once I get a pretty cool copy, I want to make sure everyone has that copy so we have an idea of where hunting is happening, and most importantly, why. It's a touchy subject. Look, I don't hunt, but I certainly like deer meat. So I want to be sensitive to the issues, but also making sure we're respecting where there is a need for hunting as it relates to, certain deer populations, for instance, that we're honoring those commitments, but also where those commitments aren't necessarily really needed, really evaluating potentially like why we're providing this privilege. So I want to be as fair and as equitable as possible.
Funny you should mention that, Madam Chair. I have a bill I'm cross-filing with Senator Elfreth. I'd like to chat with you about whenever you get a chance.
Absolutely.
Pertaining to hunting.
I can stop up on my way after here.
That'd be perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, concerns? No? Well, I won't, and that's another thing, I won't hold us any longer than we need to, but I just wanted to have this introductory meeting so we can all see each other, see who's in the room, but most importantly, our streaming works, so I'm excited. So be prepared, hopefully, to meet next week, and hopefully we're meeting next week with bills if we actually have any bills. Until then, I will see you tomorrow.
Actually, Delegate?
Yes, sir.
We don't have any bills right now. We've only got one tomorrow. Kristen, do you have any tomorrow?
Actually, I gotta look at the schedule. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I think there's one. I think we have an urban ag grant fund, maybe. I have to look. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to try as much as possible to not have us jammed up. So if we end up having a bill, then we'll meet to talk about our bills, just so that we're staying on track and at least getting used to meet and getting used to a schedule, because it's February. We're behind in general. I don't know about you. I don't have half my bills back. So there's going to be a mad rush, as Delegate Terasa laughs. It's true. There's going to be a mad rush. So I don't want to jam us up anymore. So as we get the bills, if it's one or two, we're just going to roll with it, if that's okay. All righty. Well, this concludes our first introductory meeting. Looking forward to working with each and every one of you. I will see you tomorrow regularly, but see you hopefully next week again.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Madam